Hi guys. Every chiropractor has their story about how they got into chiropractic, and so I'd like to share mine. Mine began when I was 19 years old, and my mother came down with epilepsy. She and Dad were driving down the highway. Fortunately, Dad was driving, and she starts having this seizure. So he pulled over to the side of the road, and after 30 seconds or a minute it passed, but they were both freaked out. Rushed her to the emergency room where they did hours and hours and thousands of dollars worth of tests, and finally came out and said, Mrs. Baugher, we couldn't find anything wrong. But the good news is there's a 50% chance you'll never have another seizure. Fingers crossed. 3 weeks later, guess what? Another seizure. And then a week after that, another seizure. And she got where she was having several grand mal seizures every day. The grand mal seizures where you lose complete control over all of your bodily functions, and after it passes, it's not like you can go, whew, well that was rough, and you just get up and go back to work. Your brain is in a fog for the rest of the day. So she got where she was having several of these a day. She was losing weight fast. She was down to 98 pounds, and we were sure we were going to lose my mom. Neurologist after neurologist after neurologist, they all said pretty much the same thing. We don't know what's causing your seizures. All we know is you're going to have to be on these 3 drugs for the rest of your life until they start to fail, and then we'll try something else to suppress your brain so that hopefully you don't have another seizure. Well, she did not like that approach of brain suppressing drugs for the rest of her life, or the other alternative, which appeared to be death. So she took the bold step to go to a chiropractor. She went and saw Dr. John Apsley in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, where she still lives. And he did a bunch of tests, and he found that the curve in her neck was completely reversed. And he said, Kate, I don't know if this is what's causing your seizures, but based on your examination, especially the neurological tests, there seems to be some correlation here. And so he said, let's see what happens with the symptom of the seizures as we begin to correct what he called subluxations or misalignments in the spine. She said, what have I got to lose? So he treated her intensively for a month with no change. But then after the second month, the frequency of her seizures started to decrease. And by the end of the 3rd month, the intensity of her seizures started to go down. And over the course of about a year, he brought her back to virtually perfect health. I was so impressed with the power that he had with just his hands to restore the human body back to its normal, healthy state of being, that I fell in love with that concept, and that's why I decided to become a chiropractor myself.